Today we're going to be doing a glute strength workout with a foam roller and a mini band. I've got quite a strong one here, but go with what you have. We're just going to put the foam roller aside just for now, and then we're going to put the band around our thighs, just above our knees. Going to get started with a little bit of mobility and warm up, just mobilizing the spine. So I want you to come onto your hands and your knees in a 4-point kneeling position. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. We're going to start with some cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, look up, extend the spine, looking straight ahead. Exhale, take your gaze towards the navel, scoop the abs and push the floor away. Feel the shoulder blades protract. Inhale, look up, lengthen, arch in the back, nice extension of the spine. Then articulate through the spine, pushing the floor away, coming into a rounded back. Really scoop in the abs here. Inhale, look up, lengthen, mobilizing the spine, getting the spine warm for today's class. Let's do another one. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, gaze towards your navel, scooping in the abs, pushing the floor away. Come back to a neutral spine. I want you to tuck the toes under and then push up to a pike. So we're just going to pedal out the heels here. So push your chest through, opening up the shoulders, and just pedal out the heels, feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings and in the calves. Just taking a nice big deep breath to start today's class. And then once you're done here, you're going to lower the knees back down to the mat. Now I want you to untuck the toes and find a neutral position. So your back is flat, there's a slight arch in the back, and then you're scooping in the abs. The ribs are sliding down towards the hips. And we're just going to mobilize the hip joint now. So we can start on the right side. So you're going to take the right knee out to the side. Make sure that your leg is parallel. So your ankle is in line with the knee. And then take it up and around, back, down. So we're just circling here, mobilizing that hip joint. Inhale as you take it out. Exhale as you take it out. Inhale as you take it around and down. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So make sure your hips are square. We don't want you to be rocking in the hips. Very good. Let's do another 2. Really lift up, contract that glute, and then circle it around. Now 1 more. And then we're going to extend our leg out behind us. So find that neutral position, connect to that core. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now you'll see that my leg isn't going up as high as I could extend it. But that is because I'm engaging my core. Very good. Okay, we're going to go for another 4 here. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Okay. Now we're going to add on. So lower that foot down. Exhale, lift it up. Take the opposite hand out in front of you. And then lower both limbs down. Exhale, lift it back up. So you're really connecting to the core here. Make sure your gaze is down towards the mat. Keep that opposite rib hip connection so that you keep your stability here. Let's go for another 1. Lift, take the hand down, and then you're going to bend and extend that leg. Inhale as you bend, exhale as you extend. Stay with me. You can feel a nice burn in the glutes. That's good. The glutes are nice and warm. Keep the hips square, pushing the floor away, making sure that there's equal weight in both hands and the knee. Let's go for another 2. Keep that glute, that leg up, glute contraction. Last one, bend it in, take it down. Okay, we're going to grab our foam roller now. And we're going to continue with that same leg, so on the right hand side. I want you to take the foam roller under your hips now. So place your pelvis on the foam roller. If this hurts your pubic bone at all, perhaps get a little towel or something that you can wrap around, and then you're going to lower down, resting your forehead on your hands. Okay, so we're in a prone position, and we're making sure that there's no weight on our tummy. If you need to prop yourself up higher, you can. And then I want you to keep the left leg parallel. Take the right knee out to the side. Very good. Okay, so from here, you're going to lift the foot up to the ceiling and then lower it back down. Exhale as you lift it. Inhale as you lower it. So we're coming into internal, external rotation of the femur inside the hip joint. Very good for hip mobility. Stabilizing the pelvis. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then lower the leg, foot back down. Take the leg parallel now. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And then you're going to lift, coming into hip extension, lifting that right leg, lower it back down. So make sure that that leg is straight. It's lengthened, so really lengthen out of that hip joint. Lifting up that leg. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Very good. Really range it up without arching in your back. Let's go for another 2. And then we're going to do one more. On this one, we're going to hold it up. You're going to bend and extend that leg like we did earlier. Exhale as you bend. Inhale as you extend. Keep that leg up. Keep that glute contraction, that hip extension. Let's go for another 4. Last 3. 2. 1. Lower that knee back down. Lower the leg back down. Lift up. Push up carefully. Push back to a nice shell stretch. Just stretching out the glute here. And then you can lift up. Take the foam roller out to the side again. We're going to do this all on the other side. That's the thing about unilateral work, is that you have to do it on the other side. So come back into your 4-point kneeling position. And I want you to keep a flat back. Make sure that you have a neutral spine, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Exhale, take the left leg out. Make sure that the foot is in line with the knee. Take it up and around, lower it back down. So exhale, take it out, circle it around and lower it back down. Very good. Make sure the hips are square. So as you open your leg out to the side, you're not twisting in the spine. You're keeping the hips square to the mat. One more in this direction. And then we're going to take it back and around and back down. Connect to that core. Keep that stability. Very good. Last 2. Last 1. Extend that leg back behind you. If you need to adjust your band, you can. If you need to put the band underneath your supporting knee to hold it there, you can do that. And then you're going to exhale, lift. Keeping that core connection. Inhale, lower. So you're not lifting up that leg too high that you're arching in the back. Make sure your gaze is down towards the mat. So don't look at the screen or don't look up. Last 2. Last one, hold it up. Take that opposite hand out in front of you. Lower both limbs down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep that core connection that's stabilizing you. Very good. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Take that hand back down, bend, and extend that left leg. Whew, I can feel the burn. Stay with me. Exhale as you bend. Inhale as you extend. Find length through that leg, pointing through the feet. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Bend it in, take that knee down. Take the foam roller now. And then you're going to place it underneath your hips. Carefully lower down. Resting your forehead on your hand. Take the knee, left knee out to the side. Bringing the foot into the midline of the body. The right leg stays parallel. And then you're going to exhale, lift the foot to the ceiling. Inhale, lower it back down. Internal, external rotation. Mobilizing the hips. Strengthening the hips. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that leg back behind you, parallel. Exhale, lift with the straight leg. Inhale, lower it back down. Coming into hip extension here. Making sure that your core is connected. You're not arching in the back. Very good. Let's go for another 4 here. Last 3, 2, using that glute to lift the leg. Last one, hold it up, bend, and extend that leg like we did earlier. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Keep that leg up. Keep that isometric hold in that glute. Last 4. Really burning it out here. 3, 2, 1. Lengthen it, bend it, lower the knee down, lower the foot down, press up into a well-deserved shell stretch. Just stretching it out here. Taking a nice big deep breath. Okay. Then you can roll up to seated. We're going to come into some core work. So you can take the foam roller now lengthwise, and we're going to roll onto the foam roller. So we're going to come onto our backs. So carefully, if you are pregnant, roll onto it very awkwardly. That's okay. Okay, we're going to be working a lot of stabilizing muscles here. So make sure that you're in the middle of your foam roller. And then keep your forearms on the mat for stability here. If you want, you can take your hands toward your hips or on your hips, but keep your elbows on the mat for stability. And then you're going to exhale, lift the right leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower it back down, making sure that the hips are not moving. That's the trick here. Keep those hips stable. Keep that core engaged. Your spine is in neutral. This is really going to work on your core. Let's go for another 3. And then we'll level up. We'll continue to level up. Last 2. Last one. Hold that leg up at tabletop. Extend and bend it back in. So inhale as you extend it. Exhale as you bend it back in. Keeping that core connected, making sure that you're not rocking here. Keeping that stability. If you fall off, that's okay. Just work slower. Let's go for another 3, 2, last one. Bend it back in. Take that foot down to the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, extend. So we're working the other leg now. Exhale, bend it back in. Use your breath to help you. It will help you to connect to your core. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg at tabletop. You might want to take both hands down to the mat now. And then we're going to stabilize here and then connect to the core, lift up that other leg. Okay, we're coming into toe taps. So inhale, lower, exhale, lift it back up. Just alternating sides, making sure that you are keeping your gaze towards the ceiling. Inhale, lower, exhale, connect to that core, draw that leg up. Keep your balance, keep your stability. Whew, this is harder than it looks, I promise you. Last one. And then glue those legs together. You're going to extend both legs. Keep the range small. Exhale, bend it back in. Inhale, extend the legs. Exhale, bend it back in. Very good. Keep the stability on that foam roller. It's a very, it's not a stable surface at all. Okay, let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in. Extend that that right leg. Exhale, take it out to the side, abducting that leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, take it out to the side. So we're getting into those side glutes as well as the core. Stabilizing here as you take that leg out to the side. Exhale, abduct. Inhale, back to center. Woo! Last 2. Last one. Stay with me. Bend the leg back in, extend the left leg. We're going to do it on this side now too. Abduct, take it back to the midline. Exhale, take it out to the side. Oh, this is hard. Stabilizing work. Okay. Very good. Woo, don't lose your balance. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in. Take one foot down to the mat at a time. Take a deep breath and then roll onto your side. Woo. Okay, you're going to take the foam roller now and place it horizontally across the mat. Okay, so I want you to come into a sideline position now. So you're going to be on your forearm. You're going to be pushing up out of your shoulder, out of your side waist. And then you're going to take your legs in a 90-degree angle. So they are square. And then we're going to perfect our form. So I want you to push that top hip away. So you're lifting up out of that side waist. Option to keep the foam roller here for support, but I don't want you sinking into it. It's just going to be here for support. Otherwise, you can take it away if you don't want to rely on it. Okay, very good. You can take your hand to your hip. You're going to exhale, lift, abducting that top leg, not opening up the hip. You're keeping the hip square. Inhale, lower. Remember that core connection, lifting up out of that side waist. Okay, let's go for another 4. Exhale, lift, getting into the glutes. Strengthening the glutes, strengthening the hips. Let's go for one more. Exhale, lift, keep it up. You're going to extend that leg so that the leg is in line with the hip and bend it back in. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale, bend it back in. Connect to that core, lifting up out of that side waist. So we are working the core as well. Very good. Let's go for another 4, 3. Head is in line with the rest of the spine. 2, 1. Take that foot forward. Exhale, take it back into hip extension. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Contracting the glute, but not arching the spine. We're not coming into back extension. We're coming into hip extension. Okay. Let's go for another 4. 3. Push it back with that band. Keeping the rib to hip connection, not opening up in the ribs. Last one. Hold it in line with your hip. Exhale, exhale. Little pulses up. Finishing it out here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Tap it out. Woo. Okay, other side straight away. Take the foam roller to the other side. Then you're going to come down onto your forearm, bending in those legs. Lifting up out of the shoulder, out of the side waist, and making sure the legs are in a 90-degree angle. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Remember to keep the hips square. You're not opening up the hips here at all. Okay. Let's go for another 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Extend it out. Bend it back in. Very good. Feel that glute contract as you extend that leg out. Pushing that foot, pushing through that heel, lifting up out of the core, out of the side waist. Remember that core connection. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Point that foot, take it forward. Exhale, take it back. Going into hip extension, not back extension. We're keeping the back in a neutral position. Very good. Last 4. 3, smile. 2, head in line with the rest of the spine. Take it out, keep it in line with the hip. Little exhales as you pulse up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Lower back down, tap up that hip. Okay, lifting up. We are going to come down onto our backs now, finishing our class with some glute bridges on our back. Whew. We're on our back, but we're not going to rest. So I want you to bring the foam roller in towards your glutes, and your legs are going to be about hip distance apart. So rest those feet on the foam roller, take the hands down towards the mat. You're going to do some pelvic tilts here. So you're going to exhale, press your lower back into the mat. Inhale, come back to neutral. So just coming into a posterior pelvic tilt. Very good for the pelvis, very good for the spine, that lower back. If you have any lower back pain, it's good to mobilize that area. Some lumbar flexion. Last one. Okay, come to a neutral spine. You're going to exhale, lift up into a bridge with a flat back. Inhale, lower, tap the mat, exhale, lift it back up. So I want you to keep that slight tuck under of the pelvis as you lift up. So you're not lifting up all the way, opening up the hips, arching the back. You're keeping that rib to hip connection, that core connection. Perfect. Keeping the resistance on that band. Last 2. Last one. Lower it down. Take the feet out wider and externally rotate those feet. So we're coming into a wide bridge now. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Remember that slight tuck under of the pelvis. Squeezing the glutes as you lift. the foam roller is an unstable surface, so it's going to make your hamstrings work more, which is good. I love working the hamstrings. They tire really easily. Last two. Getting into the glutes, the side booty. Last one. And then we're going to take the foam roller out a bit further. So we're really going to get into the hamstrings now. Bring your legs about hip distance apart. And then exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. So just take the foam roller out until you feel the hamstrings switch on. Exhale, lift, and I can feel mine working hard. I'm hoping I don't get a cramp. Gaze towards the ceiling. Stay with me as we finish our class. Cramp, cramp, cramp. Okay, last one, hold it up. Can you bring the foam roller in towards you a little bit? Then take it out again. So keep the hips up and then roll it in towards you. Very good. Woo! Hamstrings, calves. Okay, last two. Last one. Take the hips down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Hamstrings worked hard. Take that band off. And then wrap it around one foot. You can take the other foot down to the mat, lift up, extending the leg, and then coming into a nice hamstring stretch. Flexing through the foot, bringing the leg in nice and close. So you feel that nice stretch. And you can take it down. We're going to take the other leg in, other foot in, lift it up, pressing through the heel. Very good. Bring it in. Release that. Come up into a seated position. I'm going to bring the right leg in front of the left. Coming into a mermaid position. And then I want you to take the hips, shift them towards that right leg, and then take it back down. So we're just coming into some nice hip mobility here. Very good. Just swiveling the femur inside the hip joint. Last one. Take the right arm up and over. Lifting up, opening up to some lateral flexion of the spine. Very good. You can come up into a pigeon pose now. Extending that left leg back behind you. Making sure the hips are square. You can lower down, come into a nice glute stretch. Stretching out the glutes from all the hard work that we did today. Just relaxing and breathing. Perfect. Lower back down. And then we're going to switch sides. So we're going to take the left leg in front of the right. And we're going to mobilize. So turning your hips to face that bent leg and then back down. Very good. That should feel really good after today's class. Whew, I know it does for me. Just moving that femur inside that hip joint. Okay. Last two. Last one. Come back, squaring off the hips. Left arm up and over. Some nice lateral flexion of the spine. Okay. Release, and then we come into our pigeon pose. Extending the right leg behind us. Lift up, lengthen, lower down. Feeling a nice glute stretch. Just taking one last deep breath after today's class. And then when you're ready, you can lower down onto your glutes. And that's it for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this one with the band and the foam roller. And if you have, please give me a like, comment down below. I always appreciate your comments. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.